Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's cold and rainy today. So we're chasing the sun, chasing the warm weather, so it's headed south, south, south. But it's cold today. It's like 35 degrees in Myrtle Beach.
Good morning. It's a cold, rainy day, but we're going to keep on going. And yes, I'm wearing my blue coat again, and I'm going to keep wearing it till I don't need it anymore. Okay, let's go over our checklist. It's a good way to always make sure you got it right. Alright, shut all seacock's done. Freshwater seacock engine, we need to do that. We need to go over the oil.
Hey everybody, it's actually snowing and it's freezing out and we're in South Carolina. Oh, there's a swing bridge right ahead. Let's go look at the swing bridge. It's hailing out and snowing in South Carolina with palm trees. Get off the decks, Aim. Come in the cockpit.
Hey, Vin, don't turn into Captain Bligh on me.
Retract that, sir. I will repeat it. You're a mutinous dog.
Yeah, I'm not smoking a cigar. This is just steam.
Coming into Osprey Marina was such a relief after a cold, icy, foggy day. Even though it was beautiful coming into there, it was just a relief to come in, and they were so helpful, very accommodating, really helped us out docking, and our stay there was great. We actually caught up with a nice couple that we had met at Surf City, and we met some new friends, and we ended up having an impromptu gathering in the laundry room, which was nice and warm.
So here we are, we're hanging out with Ben and Amy
from Sailing
Nervous.
Yes. We're in South Myrtle Beach. We're having an awesome time.
It's the second time we ran across them, and it's been great. A lot of fun.
And one of the other things that I got from your videos is that when you guys first went down the ICW, and I don't remember where you were, it was north of where we were in the Albemarle Sound.
You know, the Albemarle Sound is no joke.
And the two of you were like, if we can do it, you can do it. And for me, that was really inspirational. I thought, like, you know.
I think a big part of it was when you guys left out of, and I'm not really sure where you were, but you left out and you hit that fall.
The person you're following
Can't see.
Just, do it again, and we ran into our own difficulties along the way, and it was just good to see that you guys.
So you lead maybe by all the day-to-day stuff you do and taking care of your
It
back.
comes down to leading by example. If the guy that is training you is not willing to do the job and to teach you the job, then he's probably not the right guy. So to me, it always comes down to if somebody led by example and showed me the ropes, so to speak, then that's what I learned best by.
Yeah, is this boat organized? Is it a screwed up mess?
Exactly.
Is everything organized and know what he's doing? you know, and you go from there.
And if push to hell in the
Yes,
handbasket, can you step in and do something
Yeah.
positive?
And had a great time swapping boating and sailing stories, and another testimony to a great sailing community.
2 breakdowns on the way.
Cheers, Ben. Here you go.
Thank you. To you.
Cheers.
Safe journeys.
That's good. I did hull technician, damage control, so I know how to repair things. I know how to, if a problem arises, I know how to attack that problem and figure out a way to fix it.
So you're a problem solver.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely. So
You've learned how to
Yes.
make ends meet and make things work.
exactly. So if we have something break down, I feel confident that I can fix it. Or if God forbid, we get a hole in the hull, we can fix.
I also feel like
Keep it
you know
afloat.
nautical terms. Like even when we go to look at a boat, you say, "Oh, look, it has a big freeboard or a large freeboard," and I'm like, "What is a freeboard?" You know?
Yeah, definitely the nautical terms, the safety factors, line handling, these kind of things are good that I try to pass on. I'm not the best teacher in the world by any means. You have the proper life preservers and everything. The other thing that's the hazardous is line handling and docking. You've got to be very careful. The Navy was really big on how you pull lines, hand over hand, and stuff like that. So to that, I try to relate that to Teresa so that she can follow the same safety guidelines.
From what people had to do when they ran up and down this river in 1890s or whatever, except they had every so number of miles a river pilot who would get on the boat for a dime, or a bottle of whiskey and help them out. We don't have that anymore. So we don't have something they had, and that is local knowledge of what's going on as the riverbank shift and stuff like that.
I always think about, it's so easy now. You look at the GPS. Those guys looked at the stars, the sun, everything. They calculated it out. But what really impresses me is every year in Guam, the Micronesian area, these guys do this trip every year on canoes with outriggers. And they come from these islands back to a certain area, and they do it every year. And they don't have any electronics. They do it by navigating with the stars and the sun and the old. If I was left up to that, I'd be lost.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
How about you?
I've read Horatio Hornblower 8 times, the whole 26 volume. I'm currently reading for the 4th time Audrey Matrin, the O'Brien series. When I first started off, I relied heavily on all of my electronics, and I have a lot on the boat. So I would go take off at night and be looking at the chart and stay between the nice colored lines and follow the magenta line and do all that stuff. Over the years, I've stopped doing that because they're wrong a lot. And I spend most of my time, I'm terrible with it, but I've learned how to use the sextant. I've never had to use it. I do look at the color of the water, I look at the color of the sky, I look at everything going on around me, and I rely as much, if not more, on that than anything that is on my boat. Of the things that are on my boat, I have a satellite telephone I've never used, but my wife wanted me to have it. I have an SSB. I'll listen to the weather report on there, but 9 times out of 10 I disagree with their assessment, and it's wrong anyway. 4 to 6 foot waves turn into 10 to 12 foot waves, 15 mile an hour winds are now 40 mile an hour winds. So that I kind of take with a grain of salt, and I think everybody should. You have to start every day with a plan in your head and stick with it as much as possible and be ready to deviate from it when you can. Today, and this isn't for the tapes, this is about y'all tomorrow, heading south, or if you're going down there, you have several challenges ahead of you. One, the hurricane's been through here, right, Matthew? So what did it do? It created all kinds of shoaling
Yeah.
everywhere. If you can't read the water, your chart's no good. Because what's going to happen is this Santee River or this river comes and meets that river, and now you got shoaling over here. And you sit there and you look at it as you're coming up to it and you think, where would I go if I were a shoal? You know, and where's it piling up? And where can, and by the way, if the tide's running this way and the river's running that way, how does it change it and everything? That's not a lot different from what people had to do when they ran up and down this river in 1890s or you have to hit McClellanville at the high tide. 5 miles of it. I mean, I put both sails up, laid over in 20-knot winds with my engine going full, a bulb keel so it's easier to push through, but I'm laying over. But what happened was I got stuck in 4 feet, so I made a sandwich, made some calls, sat there until I had enough water to even do that. And where else was it bad?
Gee whiz.
Yeah.
It's a
Where
rough
was
run between here.
Here in Charleston, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, this is like a
but it's beautiful.
notice to
Yeah.
mariners. You know?
Yeah. Well, you gotta be prepared.
Yeah,
Well,
weekends are also tough. They have their
Yeah,
own
that's
challenges.
what we
Yeah.
found out. Yeah.
Well, not only that, but you were talking about like the GPS and everything else. Many a times from Almore Sound down to here, I have looked at my GPS, looked at the magenta line, and if I would have been on course with that, it was showing me on land.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to
Yeah, I
look
ran
at,
over a couple of islands.
oh man. You gotta-